Hey, what is up, everybody? We are live. We are here with Steph Miller. How you doing?
I'm doing great. How are you doing this afternoon?
I'm awesome. I got some chores done, did a bunch of stuff, drafted the team earlier. Got a Dentel Boston Fall to 157 over on DraftKings,
Not bad. I
which
actually haven't done any DraftKings this year yet.
yeah, I mean it's still the Wild West. It's definitely different. Let's say hi to the chat. We got Peppertona here. We have Nice and Blunt. Yeah, we almost hit the 420 sub mark on the Blunt stream, which would have been fantastic. We ended up two away by the time. Uh, I did. I think the poll's pretty good. If you haven't looked at it, it's we'll get into that later. Yeah, I'm excited about this. But anyway, have you seen the intro yet?
I have a couple times. I'm not always home from work when you go live. This was one of my
Yeah,
early days. So,
yeah. But we're gonna go ahead and hit the intro.
yeah, let's do it.
We're grinding through the torment. High volume, no management. Taming souls in descent. Grinding drafts through the abyss, no rest in our veins. Feel striking like lightning, flooding endless pains from late season voids. He's dropping all the flames. Bestball Degens unite, shattering the chains. Old school RB stacking fury, derailing trendy trains. Whom is commanding the storm etched in our brains? Who hangs? Thunder in the names, claiming all the kills. Flames, names, games. Degen wrath of fuse, stone age torment remains. Bestball eternal, in remains infernal domain. Pterodactyl pigs screaming, Cayman chaos reigns. Fossil fury fuels the fire, drafted through the veins.
All right. So I'm sure everybody that watches me knows who you are. Have you done much? Have you been on stream yet this year?
I have not. Been living the corporate life now, since I got licensed last year. So I'm working quite a bit more with my day job nowadays.
Yeah,
So
but I mean,
unfortunately, I don't have as much time
is it
for
going well though?
it is. It is. It's an adjustment. I love it though. It's one of those things I just have a great passion for, helping people, and
Right.
I get to work with kids all day, so that's always fun.
I mean, there's very like I don't have any kids, but like there's nothing better than like doing stuff for kids. Like it just feels good.
Yeah,
But
definitely. Yeah.
yeah, yeah. So we're gonna get into a little bit of football. I'm gonna ask you a question, and I was in the same boat last year, but I'm sure you remember your truth serum take last year.
I don't
I
know what you're talking about. No, I'm kidding.
I was also on the Javante Williams isn't going to be the guy train, and that it was going to be like, and I wasn't in on Jaden Blue at all. So it was like I guess I'll take Miles Sanders at 180 because he's the cheapest. That's where I was at. Uh, so knowing that, like, what are you doing this year with Dallas? Like, what is the way you're attacking? Like, do you think they're going to resign Javante? Do you think like it's definitely not Miles Sanders this year, right?
Yeah, yeah. I'm pretty confident it's definitely not Miles Sanders. That I will say. I
Yeah,
really am not sure what they'll do at running back. I get the feeling that they just don't want to invest a lot at the position anymore. It feels like it's just becoming kind of their philosophy at this point. We've wanted them to, use some of those early draft picks, especially last year, in what we thought was a really good running back class, and they didn't. So I think that there's a good chance if Javante is willing to do a team friendly deal that they would bring him back. I think a lot of it will probably be what they're willing to offer and what he's willing to accept. And, there is a few good free agents running backs, and this class is pretty weak for running backs. So, it might just be kind of whoever takes the best deal. But I do think they'll probably sign someone and
I
then maybe another but if they do draft someone, I would imagine it's someone probably late again that
I actually so I'm kind of mixed on this. Like number one, I think Dallas realized like so Kansas City does not spent like since they drafted Hunt and then that went poorly, and then CEH and that went poorly. They pretty much put zero stock into running back, and that was something that worked for other reasons as well. But like Dallas seemed to see that happened and kind of move their philosophy over that way, right? But I do think if Jeremiah Love is there at 12, and I kind of think there's a better chance than other people do that he is there at 12. Jerry Jones, they moved to make the offensive line better last year because they knew it was a problem, but it was awesome last year. So, like, if he's there, I think it's interesting. I think that they don't want to do it, but if it's an option, I don't know what they'll do.
Yeah, I mean, that will be interesting for sure because I mean, Jerry does like to be a headline splash.
Yeah.
But I mean, I think a lot of what their lessons were was with just the Zeke contract and how that all played out. They do also, though, still need a lot of defense. So I know there's some like really good defensive players also that are ranked pretty high. I mean, I don't know as much about defense playing fantasy as I do the offensive players, obviously. But yeah, I mean, I don't think it's out of the realm of possibilities by any means.
I mean, your interior run defense got better when you traded away Parsons, right? that was comical to me. It's like, yeah, okay.
Yeah, so Jared logic there. So
yeah. But yeah, I think that the Rico Dowdle going back, taking like decent money, but way less than like what Javonte is probably going to offer or want, is on the table because like I think that's a very live thing.
Yeah, as well. Like I said, I think one of those guys could definitely end up back there. It might be who, like I said, is willing to take the best deal because I know that they're a little strapped supposedly in their cap, which is but.
Yeah. So somebody got a hold of me today. They're like, "Hey, you guys freed up $43 million, and now you have money to spend in free agency." I'm like, "Yeah, like $2 million." Yeah, like for Kansas City, because we were like 41 million over the cap or whatever. So the Mahomes restructure literally got us to even. Like, okay, great. But anyway, what do you think about doing a war room? Because I have one more to do, and it's like 94% filled.
Yeah, I actually haven't done any war rooms, but I'm down to do one. I know it's a smaller final. Like, what is it, 36, something like that?
Yeah. And we had a mishap before on my channel, so it's just me entering. I assume you know that, but I was just gonna go ahead and let you know that, so you don't also enter into the war room.
Gotcha.
Yeah. So like the last time, like I had a guy on, and I thought that he knew. I thought I said that. I did not. So we both did it. It was fine. Like, it was fine. There's nothing wrong with it. But I like to treat guests, basically. But anyway, we're going to enter a war room. We're going to enter in 15 seconds.
We never leave the brine. Fury. Endless. Relentless. Fantasy. Reigns. Who wins? Immortal.
Well, we got 9 to start, so it may be a minute. So we'll have plenty of time to talk. But and I had to bring this up here because sometimes it doesn't like to update on the phone. But yeah, I'm very so with you still work with Leg Up, correct? Like,
I do.
Yeah. And one of the things you did, I believe, last year, and correct me if I'm wrong, is you did all of their all the cap stuff, right?
I was updating a lot of the contract stuff. I mean, I was working in collaboration still with like Pat on some dynasty things and then in-season rankings. And then I had my article for the waivers that came out. This year I've been a little bit busier. So
you're not quite there. And like,
I'm not as in depth in all of, I do need to dig all the cap situations and all the contracts. That's on my to-do list.
Have you looked into the rookies at all yourself, or are you just trusting what others are saying now?
Some. It's kind of like I'm not, I don't follow college religiously, but I do start to look at the stats and then watch some of the highlights and things like that of the players I like. So I can kind of try to put a picture together. But I do listen and check out, especially people that I trust opinion and look at what the experts who they're pushing. But I try to develop a little bit of my own opinion and get my own ideas cemented before the slappy world takes over
Yeah.
and
I,
we just get like pulled in, because I do like to know if I do see something different
yeah.
or
So
have a
like one of the
difference of
things I
opinion.
seen different originally was Omar Cooper. Like I had him at 6, and like I fought myself to put him over Casey Concepcion. Uh, but I wasn't going to do it just because of like where you could draft him, and it feels like everyone is on board with that now. Uh, I I I don't know what your opinion of him is. Like he's the one I've kind of been pushing. Uh, and by the way, this is 2 of 12 this year instead. So the structure is 2 of 12, 2 of 10, 2 of 10, into a 30 seat final. So it's a way
Okay.
different structure than last year. So like advancing out of the long haul is like absolutely the most important. I think it was a 30 seat final. Let me
Yeah.
make sure. Yeah. Yeah. 2 of 12 into 2 of 10, 2 of 10. So like definitely focus, like it's like more regular season focus than anything else, right?
I mean, yeah, the hardest advance, it's harder to advance
Right. And
still. And then once you get into the final, you don't need to hit necessarily the nuts because you're only against 30 people.
right. Yes, exactly. And uh which means you don't like necessarily need to correlate as much. Like not that you
Mhm.
want to not correlate, because correlating assists you in advancing through the pods or anyway. But yeah, we need 3 more. This is a war room for all that are listening. Uh so what rookies did you find yourself so far that you do like or dislike? Like which one, like either one. Like there, like one that I dislike was Zachariah Branch, that a lot of people really, really like.
Yeah, I didn't really like. I mean, I don't say dislike Branch, but he didn't really jump off the page. I'll say I like Emmett Johnson of some of the top running backs. I liked Lemon a lot with the receivers.
Yeah.
And then some of the, let's see. I wasn't, let's see. I don't know. Denzel Boston, I like, but I just guess he's not like. I know some people were like really, really liked him. And I was like, oh, I'm just kind of lukewarm
Yeah.
a little bit.
So yeah, with Boston, I started off like pretty high on him, and I don't dislike him really, but I think that there's definitely questions with him. Like I of as far as upside goes, he has a lot of upside, but yeah, I do kind of question him a little more, and I've been noticing not necessarily on Underdog, even a little bit on Underdog, but over on DK and on Drafters, both they are. He's falling a lot. Boston is. So I wonder if he's going to continue to fall throughout this process, at least until the combine.
Yeah, I mean, it's possible. I mean, I would definitely like to scoop some cheaper shares because I wasn't clicking him at his
Yeah,
old price. So
yeah. Nick nails it here. Boston will be a better NFL than a fantasy because he's an awesome run blocker. Yeah, and he really is.
yeah.
Like he is an awesome run blocker.
Well, he's a
And
big boy. I mean, he's over 200 pounds and stuff. So I mean that makes sense. And he's
yeah,
6'4", I believe. So
yeah. So the Boston, this was before the season PFF. He was 6'4", 209.
Mhm.
All right. We are in. We got the 106. I kind of like the 106. I know most people want to be the top 5. I think there's less of a gap between JSN and JT than others do. What do you think?
I've had a lot of the 106.
Oh, have you?
So I'm just kind of laughing.
No.
Yeah. I mean, I think that it's more of a clear top 5, and then you can make some arguments. It's a little less clear on the second half of the board. But I do like being in the middle. It does feel like, you don't get shut out of runs as much. And in this,
Right.
where we really want to just try to take the best players more, like you said, stacking's not
Yeah.
quite as
And
important. It feels like a nice spot to just get balanced. And
absolutely. Let's say hi to everybody here. I think Ace is cracked is here. We got Alex. We got Champ. We got the 6. Nice and Blunt at the 8. Omega King at the 10. Sweet Leaf at the 11. I don't think they've outed themselves, but they are literally every draft that I do. And what's weird is all the random drafts I do off stream, they are also in. So who do you like here? Do you like Jonathan Taylor? Do you like CMC? What do you, I'm fine with anything, really.
I usually do Jonathan Taylor here.
Okay. I think there's an argument for Amon-Ra here. I think that I don't like, and if I was to do one single draft for a lot of money, like if it was like a bigger board or whatever, I think I'd take Amon-Ra there myself.
I
And
don't think that's bad.
so one player I'm having a hard time clicking is CD Lamb. Like, are you okay with him this year? Are you worried like with the way that they started using Pickens more, like in the short and intermediate stuff near the end of the season, or what?
I mean, I do think that there's a possibility that, like, yeah, I could see like the argument of people maybe moving him back a little bit, couple picks. I do still think, I'm still taking him in the first round where he goes because I still want the exposure. But I mean, Dallas is just such a high pass rate offense. They're still always one of the top offenses for just scoring points in general. I mean, so I think there's still enough
Pickens
there to
got
feed
pulled up.
them. Yeah, and I mean, like, Pickens isn't like my first choice of like players, but I'll take him where he goes because I don't want none of him.
Yeah,
I definitely still want to be even, at least on the field, with the Dallas guys, just because their offense for fantasy purposes is just so potent.
I'm personally having a hard time with them, but like you're not wrong. Like their offense always produces. They both have the ability to spike. Like it's not that I really want to fade them, but like I like on that side of the board. If you have to take a running back in the second round, basically. If not, all right. So are you scared of Neighbors?
I am not clicking Neighbors right now. I would like to see if he drops a little. We could do either London. I don't mind a double running back start either.
Which one do you want?
I'm Love.
All right, let's go.
I mean, I feel like that's more the argument than like some of the receivers themselves. It's just right now the drafting environment. It's like you cannot get usually shut out. But you still feel pretty good about what you can get receiver wise after those couple running back starts, and then you can kind of feel like you have a little bit of a cushion at running back where you don't have to like chase some of the more questionable guys.
Yeah. So like what the guys at the 9 and the 10 did, like they are now at the mercy of the room in both rounds. Like I have a harder time clicking Kyron. I understand he's a good pick. He's a fine pick. But like and ETN, what do you like on ETN? Do you like him? Do you not like him? Like, do you think his price is fair? Do you think he's going to resign?
I mean, my gut, I don't think he's going to resign. I still think there's a decent chance he does, but I think it's probably a little bit higher the other way. And I think there's a chance that he might fall from where he is. So if he's somebody that I will click if the other guys are gone, but he's not my top click. So I'm a little lighter on him because I don't like to take guys that I think could fall. I don't see how he really rises.
The That's been my exact argument. I don't know if you've heard me make it, but I
I
have
have not.
I have 0 shares,
Mhm.
0, and I'm
Okay.
very comfortable with that. I'm not comfortable with Rasheed Rice right now. I'm, uh, so do you want to go triple? I like T a lot. I don't mind
Yeah.
taking Allen. Uh,
We could, I'm not usually doing the elite. Why don't we do, I'm good with T.
all right, let's do T. I
Then that opens
I
us up if we wanted to grab Burrow at some point and stuff, because usually we're ahead of the Chase drafter. So
yeah, and I don't necessarily love the Josh Allen price either, but I don't want 0. So,
yeah.
and some people like the Josh Allen price a lot. I kind of would lean Jacobs or Higgins there. Usually Higgins. Like I think Higgins is kind of not, I guess mispriced is the wrong word because he's still going about the same wide receiver number that he was last year. It's just that there's so many more running backs that go ahead that it feels worse because like he did kind of produce at the level where he went last year, right?
Yeah, it's more a question with him is if he stays healthy. Is always the question.
Yeah, and I
When
mean,
he's playing, he's great, but
and then he just goes up for the ball and like he like man when he got cut, it was like 2 weeks in a row where he just smashed his head, right?
yeah, the concussions were a little
Yeah,
scary. There was a
and they
couple of
were
scary ones. Well, the one that they didn't
yeah
even take him out of the game and he returned, and
yeah I
that
was
was
shocked.
yeah.
And by the way, welcome Sweetleaf. Earlier he said first post. I think I've seen them in like Steve stream and all that as well. So welcome, and the community is awesome. You'll get to know them, you'll get to love them. You'll just start having conversations in the chat. We all do it. Yeah, yeah. And Pepper Tony is right. You will absolutely fit in. The best ball community in most of the chats are fantastic, honestly. But I yeah, T Higgins is like one of my kind of overweight guys right now.
Okay.
So
I should have more. I mean, I like him, but
yeah, I mean, I don't like that click.
so you would I'm good with we could do Wilson or Smith. Or if you want to do Loveland and seal up,
I'm
I'm
I
good
like
there.
Loveland. I
Why
like
not?
Loveland a lot.
That way we could kind of have an anchor at every position and stay pretty
Yeah,
balanced for this
and
contest. And
it gives us 2 outs to quarterbacks at
yeah,
67 as well.
and that's
So
a nice spot to get your first one. I really
yeah.
if the room gets a little aggressive because some of these rooms have been pretty quarterback
So
heavy.
what are you doing at quarterback? I tend to like take 2 of them by round 9, and if the room gives me a third, I take it at ADP later, and if not, I just ride with the 2.
I've been mostly doing 3 quarterback builds early on. I think with like not knowing as much information and stuff, I like having that stability since it's 20 rounds, especially. It's like usually, nothing else is being sacrificed. Um, I do like having 2 pretty close to in there. I don't mind going into, like Baker and some of those guys.
So you're actually kind of out on Baker this year?
No, I'll take him. I just mean like that range.
Okay.
Like, we're hand in love. No, I mean, I think no, I like Tampa Bay's offense.
That's an interesting talk too. Like, do you think the tweet? Yeah, like I'm kind of like reading between the lines, but the Evans thing yesterday to me means like that he reached out to him, they gave him a number, and he's like, "I'm going to test the market. I'm going to." uh,
Yeah, maybe.
it's what
I
it
don't
feels like.
yeah.
I don't know. Well, we're not getting Burrow.
Ooh.
Champ knows. Um, I mean, we could do the double stack and then set ourselves up for the Rome Caleb snipe to have nothing. We,
I'm good with that. We can take a
yeah,
shot at it. See if we land
yeah,
it. It's not an easy
yeah. It's not easy. Like, and if we don't get it, we don't get it. Like, I'm one of the few people out here who I I personally like Rome just straight up over Burden, like but I have them back to back. Uh, so I don't get to much Burden, and when he falls like this, I want to get some shares because he's absolutely not a guy I want zero of, like myself. Like he's so explosive. He's so good with the ball in his hand, and like we've seen it for multiple years now. You want pieces of Ben Johnson's offense, like
Yeah.
if you're in a Ben Johnson offense, like it don't full fade that like to any degree. If you want to soft fade some of them, I like that's fine, but like full fading the Ben Johnson stuff goes bad.
Yeah, I mean, I think we're going to keep seeing the Bears take a step forward. I mean, they might run the ball a lot is the only thing. But I mean, I don't know who it's going to be between, like you say, Burden and Rome. I mean, Rome was pretty injured last year too, but it sounds like there's a good chance DJ Moore is out of there and stuff.
Right.
So I don't mind, like we're just making a bet at this point, kind of like Bears score points, be good. And again, it's best
Right.
ball.
And,
We're not having to pick who to start. So
right. And if we don't get the quarterback, like Bears being good is still fine. Right.
yep.
And like I would be fine if we don't. Drake May. Just
I think
make
I would do Caleb. I'm good doing Caleb
Yeah.
unless you think it falls off. I mean, I didn't look at the whole board, so that's the only thing we drafted.
Right.
People
No, I
underneath.
meant like if Caleb got sniped.
Yes.
Like doing that.
Gotcha.
Yeah, I mean we're good here, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I do think
Yeah.
there is a little fall off at receiver at this point, but for our team, it makes sense to just, especially when you invested in double stack already.
What are you doing in Arizona?
Oh,
It's like this is like the
mean-
number one question this year. What are you doing with Arizona? Like,
I mean, I'm still taking them some, but to say that I'm not worried would be a lie. It's like
I'm taking a little more Harrison. I'm like 6 and 3% or something. Like I really worry about the Wilson stuff.
yeah.
So like if they become a not like this, if they're not down 20 points every game at halftime, like just the sheer, and they're playing competitive, like those numbers all come down so much. But that you have a whole new regime change and all that stuff as well. That there's so much going on there. It's honestly impossible to project.
Yeah, I mean, it really is. I mean, we don't know the quarterback situation. It's a new coaching staff. We don't really know the running back situation either. They could easily cut Connor. We don't know the health of Benson. They could draft someone. They could sign a free. I mean, there's a lot of questions there right now. So
we have,
but I'm good. I'm good with. I think it's either Wilson or Pierce.
I would prefer Pierce.
I'm good with that. Let's do it.
Like, I kind of expect him back to Indy, and that'll give us a correlated team bet.
I'm
and if
not
not, like,
sure if he is. We'll see. But.
Really, you've heard the case to like cut Pittman, re-sign Pierce. Yeah. Like I think that makes a lot of sense, just from a team building perspective. Not because Pittman's bad or better than Pierce necessarily, but because Pittman's role can be replaced by Josh Downs way easier than the team could find somebody to replace Alec Pierce's role. So if
I definitely sorry.
Yeah, so if they're going to spend about, like, if they could get him for the same amount of money that Pittman's making, I think that, like, I don't know if that's correct. Like, Pierce probably makes more, honestly, but if they could land that, I think that's what they would want to do.
I mean, Pierce had one of his best statistical seasons, obviously, in his career. So, I mean, he could be offered more money somewhere else. So, I think some of it's going to just be dependent. I do agree, though, that one of them, if not both, will not come back, which also makes me like Josh Downs more than his price, honestly.
Yeah, I've been warming up to Josh Downs. So there's some of my most drafted players are down there. But I'm like pulling up two people from like the round behind him a little bit, because like Torrey Horton, I think, is completely mispriced. But that's also a huge gamble. Like it's with what's going on. But all right, let's look at this. Where are we at on these running backs on Menengai, Pollard, Chuba? I mean, I'm fine with Diggs and DJ Moore as well. I'm fine with anything really. We have T. Higgins, Luther, Pierce, Loveland, Love, and
Let's see. You know,
not
am I
Menengai.
am I crazy? What? Let's see.
We got 6
We
seconds.
could do Menengai here. I don't. Or we could do. I'm good with Corum too, or Pollard. I'm good with any of them.
Oh,
I don't
okay.
love them.
Well,
Oh,
I don't
guess
love
we
them
got
either.
Hubbard.
Well, I don't know why it's doing this. It did this yesterday, but whenever I go to switch them, it just opens it up. It's like I'm double clicking it when I single click it. I don't know why it did that yesterday as well.
It's not my favorite range for some of those
Anything.
running backs, but I mean, we already had the elite. I wouldn't have minded. I guess we could have done Pitts and maybe stayed at 2 if we wanted. Again, DJ Moore, I
Yeah.
don't know if he actually stays there, and I don't know how heavy a stack we really want in this contest.
Right. Like
Would have been, but I mean, I wouldn't have been against it. So I mean, I'm fine with getting another running back in this range. It gives us a lot more flexibility where we don't feel the pressure.
Yeah, absolutely. And I personally tend to take the running backs whenever they're kind of there. Like I think Corum was probably the better pick. And moving it up there, like these 20-second clocks make it hard to discuss things.
They're hard to stream with. They are, there's a little bit of a lag time, and
yeah. I mean, if Pitts comes back, I'm fine with that. I think like what do you like that's left here? None of the.
I'd be good with. We could do Moore or Addison or.
Like it kind of gets ugly after that. Like it's kind of just those guys.
I mean, I don't mind some of the free agents. Like, I guess
like Wandale or
Wandale and Juwan I like quite a bit.
Who do you want?
Let's see. Let's do Addison. I don't have a lot of him. Let's just go ADP game and then see who comes back too.
Yeah, I think that Addison's also a player that I wasn't gonna say it, but I kind of want a few more shares of. I don't have a lot of. I kind of expect them to actually be in a like as soon as they get a quarterback that's not named JJ McCarthy, assuming that happens, Addison moves up around, JJ moves up 4 or 5 picks. Like are you expecting Aaron Jones to leave?
I'm not sure. Like they could save a lot of money, but I really don't know. I guess we'll have to see. I've been still taking Aaron Jones. I think that even if he leaves, like there's, maybe he ends up with Rodgers or something. I mean, there's places I think he could still land and be okay.
I got both.
Like where his price is. But I'm good with taking some Mason and playing into that. But I mean, they're also pretty live to draft somebody. So.
Yeah, they really are. And I looked at their contract the other day with Aaron Jones, and he kind of, I think it's like $8 million they save, but like then you have to sign somebody else, and you're probably going to spend a couple million on that. So like, do you want to retrain somebody who does like Aaron Jones like looked a little explosive still whenever he got opportunities, and like the state of the offensive line in the NFL right now is pretty bad, and I think a lot of these quarterbacks that have looked bad, a lot of the reason why is because of these offensive lines.
Oh, yeah. I mean, offensive line makes a huge difference.
Yeah.
Sure.
I mean,
I'm good if you want to. Oh,
that's my rankings. I have them 103, which is too low, but that's where I have them. So we got Jawan Jennings, Shakir. Do you like buying Godwin or Jennings?
Yeah? I'm good with either. If you're low on Godwin and want to pull him up, I'm good with that. Or I like Jennings a lot too.
Let's or we could go with the naked Tyler Shuck first quarterback.
Nah, I think I feel like this is kind of the end of that receiver tier.
Yeah, me too. And
So
then
I'd like to get one more here if we can, and then we can.
I'm personally out on Jaden Higgins, and I was really into him last year. I feel like it's kind of crowded. I don't necessarily worry that much about Tank Dell, but like that the GM seems to really like wide receivers, and I wouldn't be surprised to see them just bring somebody else in again. Um, although they need offensive line, obviously. Like they needed offensive line last year, and they took a round 2 and a round 4 wide receiver.
I mean, they
Or
need running back too. I mean, they need a lot of stuff. So we'll
yeah,
see.
I mean they needed all of it last year, and they took wide receivers. Like
And you
like
wonder why certain franchises don't get better.
yeah, like they just kept doing it. Like what are you doing? uh, there was a team. It's who was it a few years ago that was doing that? They kept taking the same position. Like the Niners do it, but they do it in late rounds.
Hmm.
There was a team that just kept doing the same thing. I mean, we
Carolina.
yeah, Carolina, the Matt Mellon Lions back in the way
Hmm.
back, they just kept for top 10 wide receivers that busted like over and over. Just over and over again. Um, so right here, Woody Marks, JCM, Kenneth Gainwell, Tyrone Tracy. We could take Goddard, Darnold,
You know,
Mendoza.
maybe we should just take one of the quarterbacks, backstack somebody.
Yeah, I'm fine with
Because
backstacking.
I mean,
Yeah,
yeah, because it's getting a little thin. Maybe we could just do Darnold and see what
I
we can come up with. I know you have your boy you said earlier would be
yeah.
an
I mean,
option.
I'm open here. I just say what I want to do, and if somebody wants to sign me, they sign me. It's fine. I don't care. Like, I do I want to be sacked? Yes, but especially for this tournament, like I just want the points, more so than anything else. And AJ Barner is a really
Mhm.
good buy, I think, as well. So, and like he would be a really good piece to round out the Loveland pick as well.
Yep.
So like I like that. And Cooper Cup, I was doing some research yesterday in fantasy points, and
Hmm.
Cooper Cup was randomly popping way more with positive metrics than I expected. Like his missed tackles forced was like reasonably high and stuff like that. Like missed tackles forced per attempt. Like he was
Hmm.
like 0.22, I think it was, and like way up there. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm misremembering how high, but there were like we were looking through. It was like 7 different categories, and he popped as like of the 60 some receivers that like met the criteria, he popped in like the top 20% of them. Like which is just more than I expected. And he goes in the last round. I'm not saying that he's a world beater, but he would show up higher than we expected in almost like all the time. And some of the ones that we used to believe that he was awesome at, right? But we just don't think that because he's quote old now, right?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, definitely, we don't give any respect anymore. But
Yeah.
he at one
Are
time.
you in on Dobbins?
Let's see. Yeah, we can do Dobbins.
And then the wide receivers options are those and Jawan Johnson.
Let's do Dobbins here. I'm good with
Okay.
that.
Yeah, I'm actually pretty high on Dobbins for the year. I kind of fully expect him back. Uh, the GM came out, I think it was GM, and said that they liked him last year, that their offense took a dip whenever he left, and Dobbins himself has said that he would like to go back. So I think that they'll make something work. I don't think like I kind of just expect that to happen. And if that happens, like Dobbins was a very usable piece for many weeks. He didn't really spike that heavy, but like he was very usable for multiple weeks.
Going back to Cooper Cup, I was looking here. He still had 5.2 yak per reception, 1.49 yards per route run.
Yeah, like I did not expect to see numbers like that were okay. Like I thought he was just kind of
He had
toast.
11 forced missed tackles, 34 first down plays. So yeah,
All right,
not he
so
didn't fall off as much as we thought.
yeah, exactly. So like I'm fine. Like I love Juwan Johnson. I'm fine taking Sadiq here.
Sadiq's one I'm not feeling great about.
Me
We can
either.
do Juwan. I just
And
don't know if he's like, I know he's probably going to
we
go,
could do.
or I'm good with Dobbs too. Yeah.
Let's go Dobbs.
He's a
Yeah,
free
let's
agent. So he's
right.
another fun one. So how many receivers do we have now?
We have 6. I'll read through the team real
Okay.
quick. We have a 2-4-6-1 right now. We have Caleb Williams, double stacked, Sam Darnold, running backs, JT, Jeremiah Love, Chuba, J.K. Dobbins, wide receivers, T. Higgins, Luther Bird, and Alec Pierce, Jordan Addison, Chris Godwin, Romeo Dobbs. That feels really good. Colston Loveland. I like it.
Yeah,
Like the
I
Chuba
do too.
pick, like I I I say like I actually think I like it in this context a little more than Blake Corum after looking at the whole thing, but I'm kind of bullish on just wanting a piece in that offense on the offensive side or the running game.
For
Like,
Panthers.
yeah, because like he is very, very adamant about running the ball.
Yeah, that is true. I mean, well, so are the Rams.
Yeah.
Both running offenses are pretty decent, but yeah, for sure.
Yeah. Woo Benny, by the way, thank you for popping in. This is the first time I've seen you in the chat. Welcome. And what's up, Jerry? How we doing? Hey, no problem, man. Anything to help out the community. He's a new streamer, by the way. Anybody who wants to I think he streamed last night at like 10 p.m. So some late night stream. So anyway, we are here. Do you want to pull up Barner?
Why don't we get one more
Running back
first? Yeah, because it kind
Sean
of starts
Tucker?
to get a little. I'm good with Sean Tucker.
Okay. We had 4 seconds, so I picked one that I liked and hoped you liked.
I like Sean
and,
Tucker.
and I hoped you were okay with it.
Yeah, I was for half a second considering if we should like double up the backfield and then just be like, we get it. But
I mean,
I don't know if this is the right contest for it. Trying to
I don't know. I don't know if there's a wrong contest for it.
For the prices,
for the price of that backfield, right? Like, because I do think they could add somebody, but man, if Brooks is actually healthy, like fully healthy,
yeah,
like he's gonna be awesome.
Yeah.
I think he was such a good prospect, but like we've seen that so many times where, like, heck, Dobbins was one of those. So was no, we'll get to this. Like if Barner's here, I'm gonna have like
yeah, that's fine.
I moved Cooper to 147, just so you know. Like I'm not gonna draft him there, but I just do that like because I want to remind myself he's there. Yeah.
All right. See, we got him back.
There we go. Yeah, I like that. I like this quite a bit. We like if we get Cup or Horton later, that's great. If we don't, that's great. And I'm not saying I'm targeting Torrey Horton or Cooper Cup, but I hadn't taken him yet. I think he's a better click than we want to admit. Is all. After looking through the things last night.
Yeah, as long as he doesn't retire and comes back, that's probably the biggest. But if he does come back, I would expect he probably would come back on Seahawks.
Right, that's his hometown and all that stuff. So, sell me on Sean Tucker. He is a restricted free agent or an exclusive rights.
I believe it's exclusive rights.
Yeah, let me look real quick. No, just a restricted free agent.
Oh, okay.
So
but Rashad White is also leaving. So
yeah, he's an actual free agent, and he said, "I don't want to come back."
So I think that Tucker probably does come back.
And we've seen it at the end of the year. Maybe it was because they didn't want Bucky to get hurt for no reason on a season. I guess they were still in the playoff hunt, but they just used Sean Tucker inside the 20 the whole, like, as soon as he had that big game, He was just their goal line guy, like the guy there all the time.
Yeah, I think he's done enough with that. I mean, to earn a role in the
Yeah.
offense.
So do we
And
want
the price we're at?
do we want to take Penix here randomly? Do we want to take Omar Cooper? Do we want to take a running back? What do we want to do? Like, we could take.
You know, I was going to say, why don't we push out our third, because if worse comes to worse, we can always put something in. If you want to take your guy, I'm not going to stop you. If you want to do
that sounds like you just signed off.
I gave you
like
permission. I gave you
there
permission.
you go. There you go. Like, you don't tempt me with Omar Cooper. Like,
you were like, I mean, yeah, I mean, I mix in the guys kind of at the back.
Yeah.
I haven't like made a super, I mean, I feel like that's kind of something in the past I've made too big of stands, especially early on some guys. It's like and then it was like, oh man, I wish I had some exposure to this or that guy as we're learning more information. So it's like I kind of want to probably collect a little more, and then I'll probably make bigger stands maybe after the combine or as we see or get a little bit more solidified.
So I haven't got like Cooper on my big board. Like, I've done one big board, I didn't get him there, and I haven't got him on, I think, my other 3 war rooms, maybe one of the war rooms. So like having him on one of these contests would be nice. I have like 27%, but like on drafters I have 68%. But all right, so what's your take on McCarthy? Complete zero?
I mean, I don't know. But I mean, we have Addison, so I mean, he makes sense for the team.
Penix, McCarthy, tight end.
Yeah, let's see, because tight end kind of dries up. Maybe, I mean, if you want to do Otten as a free agent, that's fine.
Yeah, I tried. Like, it did the thing again.
Oh, we got it. That's okay.
At
least he's stacked.
I clicked him intentionally. Like, I'm honestly fine with Caleb plus Darnold by themselves.
Yeah.
So at 190 something and a stack, like, it's fine. Like, that's actually my first McCarthy click all season. So
wow.
I didn't take any of it early. I've done a little over 100 drafts between all the websites, and that's the first time I've clicked them. So
there we go.
Like, it's fine. Like, I'm not opposed to that. Like, I always thought his price was too high for the risk of them signing somebody. Now it's like, if they end up signing, like, if Kirk Cousins goes there, it's bad news. But like, if they end up getting somebody like the equivalent of like a Justin Fields, right? Like, he could work himself in or whatever. But yeah, I do agree that tight ends do get pretty ugly down here. And that would have been the play. But like, we have 2 really good ones.
Yeah. So that's why we spent a decent bit of capital. And I mean, like I said, I do like to get the 3 at the onesies in these just because we have the extra rounds, and we've seen so many injuries every year and stuff. So it does give you, a little bit of stability.
Who's your go-to late pick?
I mean, I've been trying to honestly, I tend to like either the running backs or receivers. I mean, a lot of time I do stacks. I know it's kind of a sellout. I don't mind if you wanted to do Mike Washington. I'm good with.
Let's do that.
And then we can kind of finish up our running back room there.
Yeah. Because I think that the running back kind of, I don't really like anybody after, like, I like taking shots randomly on Claiborne.
Yeah, here's the other one I was going to mention.
Keaton Mitchell, I don't take very often. I personally refuse to take Caleb Johnson until we find out if Aaron Rodgers is there or not. Like, that may be wrong, but I just personally, I'm not going to do that.
At this price, I don't mind. I mean, they spent a lot of draft capital on him, so it could still open up the offense. I don't expect Gainwell to be back. So
it's a third. Hey, thank you, Omega. By the way,
Cooper for your second or third now. But it wouldn't be crazy, for him to come up. I mean, they didn't give him a big chance, but at this price, there's a lot of guys that are zeros back here again. So there's worse picks. You could definitely sell on it.
I fully expect to have a 0 in every team. Like I'm not even gonna act like that's not a thing. I love Michael Trigg, but he's probably not a good pick.
Not maybe in this contest. I know he's
Yeah.
probably like
For big
tight
board, I
end
like
3, maybe 4. I haven't clicked him yet, but I've considered it.
Do we want to try the Cooper Cup thing?
Um,
Somebody we talked him up.
somebody already
took
did
him.
it. What tight ends are there? Maybe get
Um,
one more tight end first.
Chig,
Chig's a free agent.
team stack.
Uh,
Arroyo.
yeah, I don't really want to double up. Let's do Chig since he's the free agent.
Yeah.
He could land somewhere. Not my favorite, but best of what we have.
Yeah, we don't really need another receiver, but it gets us to the 3, 6, 8, 3. Like honestly, like I'm fine with any position at this point. So we have Caleb Williams, Sam Darnold, McCarthy, Jonathan Taylor, Jeremiah Love, Chuba Hubbard, J.K. Dobbins, Tucker, that feels really good. Higgins, Burden, Pierce, Addison, Godwin, Dobbs, Cooper, and then Loveland, Barner, and Chig. A rookie upside guy here would be makes sense. And like with a room like this, it feels solid. I'm not saying to do it, but I do entertain the Chris Bell in these styles.
I haven't done it yet, but I get it.
But like for this contest where you don't need the gigantic upside in the finals, it is worse. So
yeah, I mean Bernard Fields,
I think
Hurst I'm good with.
And then I don't love Antonio Williams.
I haven't clicked him yet, but I've considered him. I like McAllister.
Do you? Somebody asked earlier, what do you like about McAllister? So McAllister's like the only one people have asked about. I haven't got to. I need to get to him tomorrow morning. I know a lot of people really like him, so I definitely need to watch him. So
yeah, I mean he's fun on tape. It's just if the offense, how good some of the competition is. He's local to me here, but getting on there,
I'm scared.
If you watch him, you'll like him.
Well,
you'll definitely like him.
He had 27 missed tackles forced last year.
Yeah, he was one of the highest missed tackles forced in the class.
He tied.
He was tied.
We have 50. We have 57 54 missed tackles forced right here from last year.
Yeah,
it's the top two.
Yeah, he's a beast.
And Cooper done it on 68, 69 receptions, and McAllister done on 71, which aren't high numbers for 27 missed tackles forced. Like that's a lot of movement. And like with Dobbs, Godwin, like this room feels really good. I like this team a lot. I don't love the JJ McCarthy thing, but like it's fine. Like Caleb plus Darnold. Like if Caleb doesn't smash, like the team kind of goes to crap anyway, because Burden and Loveland are both going to be bad picks at that point, right?
Mm-hmm.
So like taking the gamble here, because like I don't know that people are really talking about JJ McCarthy's rushing upside still. Like that is something that is actually real. Like that's something he did well last year. So
yeah, he's mobile. I mean, like he's got, he's kind of got the Patrick Mahomes type, rushing thing going.
He does. He really does. So the final, I know I just read off all but the last one, but we got a 3-6-8-3 here. We got Caleb Williams, Sam Darnold, JJ McCarthy, running backs, Jonathan Taylor, Jeremiah Love, Chuba Hubbard, J.K. Dobbins, Sean Tucker. That's a lot of beef. Mike Washington is also beef. I think, isn't he? How big is he?
I'm trying to remember offhand.
6'2", 228 before the season. That's what the college listed him at.
That's what I was going to say. I was like, he's like 6'2", yeah.
Yeah. Wide receiver, T. Higgins, Luther Burden, Alec Pierce, Jordan Addison, Chris Godwin, Romeo Dobbs, Omar Cooper, Eric McAllister, Loveland, Barner, and Chig. Like, so we have the stack here. We just had the skinny stack with Barner. We have the double stack with Loveland, and we have the stack with Addison. So just little skinny stacks everywhere, but the team feels awesome.
Yeah. So to give you a
Yeah.
little bit more. So McAllister's not a big boy though. He's 6'3", 205.
Yeah.
He was a
But
little
like
bit older.
6'3"
That's one of
is
the
like
knocks.
awesome. Like 6'3" is
So he
good.
was 3.2 yards per out run last year. He had 34% dominator rating. But
Yeah,
he was a little bit older. Like I said, I don't,
and he
TCU, the
right, he learned
competition is not quite
behind.
as good.
Yeah, and I don't know if learning behind Jack Besh,
Mhm.
Was it Savion? Right?
Yeah, he
Savion?
was in there
Yeah.
with both of them, I believe.
Yeah. Yeah, so he was the third receiver in those sets. And like what's awful about that is their quarterback was not really that good, at least last year. I don't know if it's the same guy this year, but
87.5% on target catch percentage, because that's one of the things they were trying to blame him and saying he didn't have the best hands, but he had one of the worst quarterbacks for on target percentage as well. So
okay, yeah.
the balls to him were not catchable.
Yeah, like he had 1,100 yards or almost 1,200 yards this past year. But yeah, I like this team. Are you good to stay or do you have to go?
Unfortunately, I can't stay tonight because I
Okay.
have to get up super early, but I had a blast.
Oh,
And thank
well,
you so
hey
much
man,
for having.
I'm super glad you came on. I've been looking forward to having you on. Like we were trying to get something together last year and like it just
Yeah.
never like you ended up having vacations and stuff and I think you're starting the job back then, right?
Yeah, because they actually, for my job, sent us to like a cohort for like a week out of town as well. So
Yeah.
I was trying to get last couple. I actually went and did the ship chasing, and then I went and visited someone in New York, and then so it was like
Yeah.
doing all the things before
That
I had to like settle down and work, and because
that
I knew once I was working, I was never gonna. No, I'm kidding. I do get PTO, but harder to
yeah.
step away.
Yeah, I mean, this is nobody else cares about this, but the league I joined last year, the Rockstar League.
Yes.
Did you have you asked for payment for next year yet? Like, because I've missed
No,
it.
I'm getting
Okay.
everybody
Okay.
together still for the draft order because it's such a big league. It always takes a little
Well, yeah,
bit
there's
of work.
how many teams?
36
Four.
teams.
Yeah, yeah, there's a lot. So I was just making sure I hadn't missed that.
No. But
Is there any final thoughts, anything you want to get out there? Like any little take that you have right now that you feel reasonably confident in? Any like hot free agency thoughts?
I don't know if I have any really big hot takes. I think right now I'm just trying to take advantage of, what I think, that everything's like looking like out there. So, I mean, I've been doing a lot more running back heavy builds,
We all have.
I
we,
know,
we,
and
we
I
all
and I
have.
and I think that sometimes you just gotta take the best players, and I think teams will change and try to get those risers and get out ahead of stuff. And hopefully, you avoided Rashi Rice because he's gonna fall
Yeah,
if you and it's
like
not looking great.
what the worst part about this is I've not been like super in on him. But in the one bigger board I did, everything fell the exact wrong way, and he was there, and he was there like a couple picks past ADP, and I'm like, I guess if I'm gonna kind of fade him, otherwise I'll just take a share here. So I've done one bigger board, and it happened to be him. So
Ooh, yeah.
RIP, RIP to that team. All right, I
Oh,
I
yeah.
I kind of expect. By the way, did you see the poll? Let's go over the poll.
I did
Uh,
not see the poll.
the poll is who will play more snaps? Rashi Rice, George Kittle, Tyreek Hill, or Joe Mixon?
Oh,
It's
I'm gonna Kittle.
you're gonna go with Kittle. It is 45% Rashi Rice, 22% Kittle, 22% Hill, 10% Mixon. Got 40 people that actually played along with this poll. That's like the most. But yeah, so you go with Kittle.
Yeah, I mean, I would have said Rice before,
I mean,
all
with the news
this,
that
but
came out
yeah.
just recently with Kittle, I think I'm choosing Kittle too. So for those of you who didn't see it, like Kittle said something about like the blood flow was good, and that's like the one of the biggest contributing factors to like slowing the recovery of the Achilles.
Mhm.
Apparently, like you want go look. I'm not a doctor. Look at it for yourself. But in my
Yes.
Discord, somebody posted the link, or just right before I came on actually. So definitely. What about Ryan Flournoy? Somebody wants to know about Ryan Flournoy, who's actually one of my stands right now.
I mean, I do think he looked really good. Seems like he was pretty much, CD's direct backup. But I do think that even if they bring Pickens back, he did enough to have the role in the offense. I mean, I think he looked better than Tolbert. So his
Yeah.
peripherals were pretty good, and it looked like he had a connection with Dak. I mean, I think he's a good pick late. I've been taking him as well.
All right. Well, I'll let you go. I'm going to get to the chat, and then I'm going to review the teams. You can stay for the team review if you want.
Yeah, I'll stay for the team review.
All right, because I know you
I
said
can
you
do
had to
that.
go. Okay.
No, it was more
Yeah.
like I can't do a whole another draft, but I can stay
Okay.
for a few minutes to do
I mean,
some of that stuff. Yeah.
do you want to control the reviews, or do you want to?
We can do them together.
Okay.
So
Like,
let's see. So who do we have here?
so
This
we have Alex here from the 3 hole.
Okay.
We got a 3683. We have Drake May, CJ Stroud, and Kyler Murray. And then I usually go these two positions and then the next two positions, and just because it makes it a little quicker with a duo stream. And then RJ Harvey, Baseball Tootin, Tony Pollard, Jonah Coleman, Aaron Jones, about 10 past, and Isaiah Davis, who I liked clicking until I heard they're going to franchise Brees.
That's what I was saying.
Yeah. What do you think?
Yeah.
About this?
I mean, so far, the quarterbacks are pretty solid. I don't mind taking the shot on Kyler. The running backs, I'm not really clicking a lot of Harvey right now. I don't know. He's kind of.
It was
that might be a mistake. Tootin is one of those. If you really believe that ETN is leaving, and he gets the goal line, I still don't know if I still think they'll bring somebody in, but I'm fine. Like, you kind of clicked enough guys in that range that I think that works. Coleman's one of the better rookies in the class. Aaron Jones, like we talked about him a little bit earlier, I do think he's a good pick here. I would have probably liked somebody other than Davis to finish this up, just because of, like you said, the Brees situation.
Right. Like, they just, like, if you haven't heard, like, Alex is active in my Discord. I'm sure he's seen that Brees is getting franchised most likely. So we could tell just by the draft capital that he has 4 awesome receivers on this team or a tight end. But so we got Puka, London, Nico, the big fall on Garrett Wilson.
Yeah.
Shakir, Adonai Mitchell, Branch, Brazil. This feels good.
I mean, there's nothing bad to say there.
Yeah, that's awesome.
The only thing I might have said is maybe not taking one of those receivers at the end and taking an extra running back.
Right, yeah. Because you have all that power.
Yeah.
And then, like, especially with Shakir, because he brings such a high floor to accentuate those guys as well. Like, just going with 6 would make some sense. But like, it's not bad. It's just preference. It's more of a preference thing. And I would prefer anything to be not Zachariah Branch. So we'll say that it wasn't Branch. Kyle Pitts, Hunter Henry, and Dalton Schultz. Just tight end. It's like, it's hard to look at a room and be like, what are you doing? Like, because it's just so hard to get there unless they spent like crazy capital and then went deep at it, But I think this is an awesome team.
It's a great team.
Together.
Yeah.
Like you said, I probably would have went 2-7-7-3 or 3-7-7-3 there. But my thing is, in round 20, if you get points from them, you're winning. right? Like I'm not expecting to get points out of my 20th round pick. That doesn't mean I'm wanting only 1 week of production from him, but like that's better than most 20 round picks. All right, so we got a 3-6-8-3 here. Joe Burrow at 52 because they knew that they wasn't coming back. Trevor Lawrence,
they wanted to stack him. Yeah.
yeah, and it makes sense because they had Chase Brown too, so they have the Chase Brown with Jamar Chase.
I shouldn't have. That's my fault because I said it at the beginning that we would be ahead of the Burrow or the Chase draft if we wanted Burrow. So they took that as a signal to take him.
You know what? I'm glad because I'm pretty happy with the Burden Loveland double stack with Caleb in the 7th, or because that's pretty rare to get now.
It is. That's we got the nice fall on Burden there, and then we're able to secure that. So they got their double stack, we got ours. The world is good. Yeah.
Yep. Chase Brown, was it Ian Harditz has him as his running back 4? I think it was.
I know there's a few people pretty high. I haven't looked at Ian's rank specifically, but
somebody put it in my. I don't want to like. Somebody put it in my Discord a little bit ago, and it was somebody. It was one of the touts. So Chase Brown, Kenneth Walker, Tyler Algier, Kenneth Gainwell, Jordan Mason, and Kamani Vidal. Man, like Mason is the player that is always gone whenever I go to like look for him every time.
Yeah, I think it's a really fun running back room.
Yeah,
I really like that running. It's a nice mix. It's a nice balance. I will say it sounds like Walker now they're talking about not bringing back.
Not bringing him back, not just not franchising him.
Or not franchising him. Yeah, we'll see.
Yeah, I've heard that they're not going to franchise him, but I think that probably means they're going to just sign him to a multiple year deal.
Yeah, we'll see. Hopefully.
I mean, yeah, like
that would be better.
It would definitely be better. we got Jamar Chase, Terry McLaurin, Parker Washington, Juwan Jennings, DK, Calvin Ridley, Malik Washington, who's going to be on the rise, Rashad Bateman, and then Gadsden, Hawkinson, and Michael Mayer.
So the receiver room I like, especially in this contest. I think it makes sense to have some of those veterans like we talk about. They're probably not zeros.
And he's got the potential double stack there with
yeah, like I like what he did because he did kind of wait on a little bit and pushed it like in the middle there. So I like the archetypes he took there. I think that really layered nicely. I don't know. The tight ends I'm a little torn on, I'm not gonna lie. I like Gaston. I don't mind the Hawk pick. I don't mind the Mayor pick. Maybe I'd like it better in a big board contest, and I'd like it if you didn't go too super late. If Hawk was somebody that I felt a little more confident in, just because last time we saw him, I don't know where he's going to end up being, and I don't know how healthy he is. Then I wouldn't mind, like on our team, maybe doing like a Mayor pick, something where you have two guys you feel a little more sure. Yeah, like, but it's fine if it's still fun.
I mean, yeah, if Hawkinson's what he was, like 70% of what he was before, it's a fine room, but who knows? And like if that's gonna happen. Yeah, I also agree. I know I just said it's hard to look at a tight end room and then not like it, but we both agree. we don't really like that.
But the rest of the team is really nice.
Yeah, no, everything else.
That's just awesome. One small,
This is a weird room for me. Team at 9 took 4 tight ends by the 10th round. Nice. I missed that. What happened over there? 4 tight ends by round 9.
Well, that definitely put a strain on the position.
I don't see that. He said the team at 9. Oh, yeah. Laporta, Kincaid, Ferguson.
Well, I'm glad. That makes me happy that we took Loveland.
And Bowers.
So we didn't feel the squeeze as much because we were comfortable.
Yeah. And then we even
trying to look at it. Yeah, we would have noticed more. And then we got the fall. Finally, he was done by that point.
Yeah. Yeah. So he's prepping us. No, which that makes the Michael Mayer thing make more sense too. Right? Like, so all right, we got a 3-6-8-3. Jade Daniels, Matthew Stafford, Michael Penix at 200. I like that. James
Yeah.
Cook, Amari, and Hampton. I'm pretty big on Hampton for the year. Do you like him? Do you think he's overrated? Like, because I know at the start, leg up and ETR was like under ADP on him, and I haven't looked lately to see where they have him, if they have him at or below ADP.
I think right now,
I'm just kind of curious because like I
yeah.
feel pretty good
I
about it.
mean, it's like one of those. Do I think he's a little overpriced? Probably, but I don't again want to fade him or anything.
Right.
So, and I do think, there's a lot of things that like are going to probably take a step forward in their offense. We know their offensive line is not going to be any worse, and it should be good when it's healthy. Now we love the staff they got coming in. He's should be healthier and stuff. So yeah, I'm pretty excited by it. I mean, we are a little bit lower than market still on him, but I don't know if that's as much on Hampton or just liking some of the other running backs as well that go in that range. There's just a lot of good players, and he is going pretty early. Like I said, I'm not full fading him, but I'm probably not overweight either. So
that's what I did with Derrick Henry, and that aged well last year. I was like, I'm not zero, but I'm going to take my few percentage points from him to get a little higher on Brian Thomas Jr. Well, we all know how that turned. So we got James Cook, Amari Hampton, Josh Jacobs, Rashad White, Bigsby, and Devin Neal. I like all those guys. I have more Devin Neal than I wish I had.
I was taking him at the start. I've stopped, but I mean, I don't think it's a bad pick. I just don't know who's healthy, and I do think that they are a team also that is could obviously draft Love.
Yeah,
or,
like so Tyler Suck's my number one drafted quarterback, so that's why I have a bunch of them. Wide receivers: Zay Flowers, Carnell Tate, Michael Wilson, Quentin Johnson, Denzel Boston, Matthew Golden, Brandon Ayuk, Malachi Fields.
Yeah, they spent a lot of capital at running back. I don't know if I might have wanted to take pushed it out and taken another receiver a little earlier and then pushed out one after, because they did a lot of those running backs early.
Yeah, I think I probably would have avoided Neal there and added a ninth.
Yeah, either added that or, like I said, or maybe taken one a little bit earlier and switched it. But
right. Yeah,
but it's still a good team. It's just seeing how strong those running backs are in comparison.
You definitely need Boston, Tate. Like, one of these three rookies have to give you projectable, like, good weeks early on in the season, in my opinion. But like, it has a ton of upside because Golden has a chance to smash his ADP. So does Ayuk. So like, it's a thin team, but a very strong high end team as well. Dallas Goedert and Njoku, who I absolutely love, and then Stowers, whatever, however you pronounce it. Feels good.
Yeah, I like the tight end room.
All right,
I was taking a bit of Njoku myself earlier. He's another one I kind of laid off because I was clicking him.
All right, so yeah, I mean he was going to 200 and now he's going.
Yeah, and that's when I was clicking him. Yeah. So
I had a bunch of Kelsey at like 190, and now I have a bunch of them at 160. If Kelsey decides he's playing, where does he go? 120?
Yeah, he probably does rise 120s, 130,
especially with
somewhere in there.
Well, with the Rice news, does he go even higher?
Yeah, that's a good point. I didn't consider that.
I mean, Rice is like 50-50 to miss the whole season.
I mean, I don't know if he's going to go you figure like Pitts is at pick 100. I don't think he goes that high.
Right.
But yeah, he's definitely going to rise. He's definitely going to rise.
Yeah, so Omega King's in with me on Neal. So we got a 2-8-8-2 here from Omega King.
Okay.
Dak Prescott, Jared Goff. That feels fine. Breece Hall at 34 after the news. JCM, Spears, Braylon Allen, Sampson, Singleton, Davis, Caleb Johnson. That feels fine.
I mean, I kind of like that, like with the news, he kind of doubled up on the Jets and just went,
Right.
give me the starting running back, and he
Yeah.
has enough.
And
I mean, that kind of works for me on this team. He got a little bit
yeah.
of a fall. I wonder how far he does fall. You just got to hope that Bill takes a step forward.
I mean, last year, whenever we got news that they were going to do a committee, he was falling to like the 4-5 turn. And if he stays there, we know that Aaron Glenn wants to do a committee. So I think he'll be back at the 4-5 turn. That's just my assumption.
Hmm.
At least after the draft or whatever. Like, I think.
Yeah,
So-
I was wanting to see the receivers on
Yeah.
this team. I figured it's got to be strong or the tight ends because
Yeah.
the way the rest staying at the 2. Yeah. Okay. There we
Trey
go.
McBride,
Yeah.
Juwan Johnson.
You did
and then-
McBride and CD and
CD.
yeah, that's where the capital was spent.
Yep. And then
Mostly.
Jordan Tyson, Rome, like that. I mean, that's an awesome receiver.
Yeah. It's
Jacoby
very
Myers,
nice.
Jaden Reed, Flournoy, another team to where like honestly, you don't need any other position. Like if that was a quarterback, it'd feel fine, but there probably wasn't like.
No,
if
I
you
like
don't
I like the
Cousins,
no,
like,
I like the Bernard.
I like the Bernard pick, the addition here, because the way I look at Bernard, he's either going to absolutely smash or do nothing. I think he's very, very scheme dependent in the NFL. I think he has to go to something similar to like a Debo style role.
Yeah.
And if he doesn't get that, I think he's not a year one player at least. But that's my assessment on it. But with that being said, I want to be overweight because when he hits hard. And like
I do like him. I mean,
with
but like
the
you
extra
say,
2
you
rounds,
need someone that
I
knows
want.
how to use him.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, so we agree there. That makes me feel good that you assess that the same. Yeah, this is a really good team. 2882 is different though. But I like it with the way you got the like all the capital there, and then you're like, well, I'll just take the extra 2 running backs.
And I mean, you went in on 2 of the offenses that we know score so many points. So
Absolutely.
with Cowboys and Detroit are always fun.
And
You just
then
gotta hope that they stay healthy and you smash.
Yeah. And then we got Sweetleaf here. First time chatting, and now we're going to review their team. We got a 3-6-8-3 here. We got Justin Herbert, Jackson Dart, Bo Nix, running
Very
backs.
strong.
Oh yeah, I mean, I'm going to
Very
assume
strong.
one of these things is going to feel a little weak. Probably receiver.
Probably.
Looks like receiver. Ashton Genty, Javante, Montgomery, Tracy, Brian Robinson, and Le'Veon Moss.
I've not clicked Moss. That's an interesting one. I know Rotoviz likes him a little bit.
I've seen some places that have him as like running back 7. I didn't necessarily love his stuff, but he wasn't a guy I watched and I thought he was bad either. I just didn't necessarily think he stood out a bunch. He's probably worth like if you do volume, maybe take a couple shares, but I'm not going to do that. But I don't think he's a bad click. Wide receivers, we got Jefferson, Rice at 35, McConkey, Mekhi Lemon, Jaden Higgins, Pat Bryant, Trey Harris, Marvin Mims. So you got the double stack Pat Bryant with Marvin Mims. Then we got Theo Johnson, Colby Parkinson, Pat Fry. So Herbert with Lat. So you got 2 double stacks there. And you have Jackson Dart naked. Oh no, Jackson Dart with Theo, and he loves to target tight end. So you got 2 double stacks, and then like honestly, I felt like these positions were going to feel a little weaker.
Well, with the Giants too are live to draft somebody.
Yeah,
so one of those rookies you could also send with Dark. Yeah, I mean, I think. It's a little weaker now knowing the Rice news. No, I'm kidding. It's a really good team.
Yeah,
they managed to.
Speaking of
look
the
at
Rice
that.
news, if Lemon's there at pick 9 for Kansas City, I bet they take him. Like it just feels like what they will do if the Rice stuff starts looking bad.
I mean, yeah. I mean, he's. It's a similar enough. I mean, I guess could play that role for sure.
Right. Yeah. So I like that team. Do you have anything else to say on this? Like those quarterbacks.
I mean, it's correlated. Awesome. It's a really nice team.
It's really, really.
I don't know enough about Moss honestly to give my opinion. I know there are people. I forgot who it was that liked him. I know I've seen some people like him, but I need to watch. He's a guy on my list to watch. I will say I haven't been messing with this running back class as much as I usually do, going super deep, just because I know that it's not as strong.
Yeah, it's not. And like Le'Veon Moss, if he has an awesome combine, is still a day 3 pick. Is kind of where it's
Yeah.
at. Like
Yeah.
so I don't think he could do enough to get into day 2. And with players that I feel like that about, I watch them a little bit, but I don't really worry about drafting them unless like until after the draft and we see a landing spot, and like if they landed at like Indianapolis that has a clear path to the number 2. Like I mean I
Mhm.
still like Giddens a little bit, but yeah. But like I like that's kind of what I do whenever it's a guy who's like always projected for day 3 capital. I
Yeah.
don't know. Like that's the way I attack it at least. Um, if I
Yeah. In
did
these
not,
contests, it makes sense.
yeah, if I didn't review your team, say something in the chat, and if not, we will be loading up a big board here shortly. Uh, so Sweet Leaf says, I owe Steph a couple. Thanks, Sweet Leaf. I'm sure this guy would love to join you. But yeah, man, I had a lot of fun tonight. I'll have to have you on another time whenever you have more time or whatever. Draft some teams, post
Yeah.
draft or whatever. Uh,
Definitely.
like I just like talking to people who know ball. So,
Yeah. Thank you for
but
having me. Always fun to get back into the streams and drafting the teams.
absolutely. So, leave what like you could stay for the first half or whatever long you want to, but we're gonna go ahead and enter a big board, and we're gonna enter in 15 seconds.
Bestball Degens, we never leave the line. Fury, endless, breaks, relentless, fantasy, reigns. Who waits? Immortal.
All right. We are waiting on 6. It's a big board. So what do you want Dallas to do in the draft?
Oh,
Like you're sitting at 12. What's your dream
I
scenario
don't
that like
know.
because you are a Dallas fan, correct?
I am a Dallas fan. I
I, I
mean,
I went through a bunch of years as a Chiefs fan that felt exactly like that. Like like because the early 2000s were pretty bad for Kansas City. Like uh
I'd be like, yeah, if Love is there, I'd be like, please take Love. But then at the same time, I'm like, I don't know who's playing cornerback for us.
yeah,
Yeah, so it's like,
just
but in
score more.
fantasy, so
Just,
they're good at scoring points,
yeah,
but
just score more. Like what could
if
go wrong
we
when you just score more?
except the problem is also if we don't have running back, we won't have possession, so they might just score too fast too, and then it's like,
Right. Yeah,
you know,
and actually having an elite running back, like because Javante was awesome for you guys. Like as much as you and I both don't want to admit it.
yeah,
Uh, but like he also wasn't like explosive, so he let you guys hold the ball a little more.
yeah,
So
yeah.
like that helped a lot as well. Well, I do have a confession on the Miles Sanders stuff though. So this is how bad of a decision I made last year with it. I've historically been out on Miles Sanders every single year for every reason. And last year, for whatever reason, I was so out on Javante, I just like made a full shift over and like, no, it's gonna be him. And like I don't know why I made that decision, but I did. And like making that decision felt worse than like just like because I was very, very into Javante Williams as a rookie in Denver.
Yeah. Well,
And
I think everybody was.
like I absolutely railed somebody in a dynasty trade because the year that he tore his ACL, I traded him off for I traded him plus I was like, I'll trade you RJ Harvey, who at the time was like he was argued for like top 4 fantasy running backs, like for the future at that point. I'm like, and any wide receiver, any 2 wide receivers on my team because I took over an orphan, and I'm like,
Mm.
and they had Patrick Mahomes and Justin Herbert, and I'm like, you can pick one and give them to me because it was a 16-man team with it's touchdown only. I've talked about the league a little bit, but it's touchdown only. So like quarterbacks really matter.
Wow,
And
that's different. That's different.
and it's actually scaled by distance too. So he gave me Mahomes because Herbert was 23 at the time, I think. So I basically got Mahomes for a guy who played like 3 snaps or whatever that year. Like and like it was like Amari Cooper and somebody else. Like they weren't like elite. They were like very serviceable number 2 receivers. But
That's
like
wild.
it was an awful run out. Like I felt bad for the guy, like it's like I I try to do win-win trades. I don't try to like rip people off. I try to do win-win trades. And it should have been a win-win trade, but I just won. Like it was just me. It was just
You can't predict things though. I mean, it's different
Yeah,
if you like know and take
right.
advantage of somebody,
Yeah.
and but
Yeah.
things happen. There's a lot of
Right.
trades that look silly, a year or two later. That
Yeah.
sometimes people would have totally gone with the other side and thought we're tilted. But that's a great thing. Everybody has their own evaluations and the way they want to manage their team and play stuff, and that's the fun of Dynasty.
Yeah, so like in that league that I joined of yours last year, I traded away Derrick Henry for a first this year, which it's not really a first, but it's salary cap stuff. But uh it felt like it was for about that was after week 1 whenever he went off. And then he had like 3 or 4 really bad games in a row, and it felt like I ripped the guy off. And then the end of the season happened, and he was just really good down the stretch. I don't know if that guy ended up winning. I don't remember who I traded him to, so
Yeah, I was like, if you remember who, because it's a 3-copy league too, so there's more than one Derrick Henry.
yeah. Was it a Derrick Henry team that won it all?
I'm not sure. I don't remember who he had on his team now.
So this is where I entertain Neighbors. Like if Bowers is gone here and it's down to Pickens, this is where I will take Malik Neighbors. Are you like? Do you take him even at that point, or are you still pushing him?
Yeah, I would take him at that point. Probably. It's
Yeah.
just more like if we get more news, I just don't want to get bad closing line value, and then it's like
I do think that there's a solid chance
in
that
this
he ends
contest.
up mid round 3.
Yeah, and that's kind of more where I'm at. It's like because I took him some early before we got news, and it's like I don't mind just kind of waiting until we get more and seeing if he falls a little bit. At least for this contest, because we're still in the same contest. So
right.
to
So
get the better price.
we're gonna go with Bucky. I don't have a lot of Bucky, so we're gonna go ahead and do Bucky here. Gibbs, Bowers, Bucky. Yeah, I've taken him on this side of the board a couple times. So I started before we got news that of the leg may not be healing correct. Like I don't know what the news was, but basically it was news negative. Right. I'm not a doctor, but like everyone was talking about how it was more negative than they thought. I went
Well,
into
it's
this off
starting on pup,
yeah,
possibly. So he might miss more time than we thought.
right. So I went into this off season and I had him at like number 10. Higher than most people. So I got a couple shares pretty early. So like I'm definitely like pushing him a little further. But like
Yeah.
all that matters is getting the player that you need to the finals, and there's a reasonable chance that Malik Neighbors could be a player that matters in the finals. So like you still have to get him there, but yeah.
And I mean, when you're taking somebody around too, you need them to do something most likely to get to the finals, or you're not going to get there. I mean, it's different that, yeah, we've seen like maybe even round 6 or 7 guys, that miss a few games that have some suspension and stuff. Those teams maybe can carry things, but I mean, round 2, you probably need them to do pretty decent for you in the regular season, because chances are there's somebody. Because if you're, somebody there that is the guy you need that's going to carry some of those teams. We see it every year that there's somebody that's on almost every team that advances.
And it's almost always round 2. Like it's been round 2, right? Every year.
Well, I mean, last year we had half of round 1 was injured. So, yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, like,
almost all those, there's a lot of guys that missed a lot of time in round 1 last year. So, yeah.
Yeah, like, and what's wild is CMC was not one of them.
He was not. He was
not. Yeah. Like, I didn't like full fade him, but I was like 5%, I think. I didn't love the price, but I was too scared to like full fade, and I'm glad I was too scared to full fade. Like, man, if every single player on that team wasn't hurt, that run out's so much different. like I do think that like if Ricky Pearsall and Jawan Jennings was healthy most of the season, that McCaffrey doesn't get the exact, like he doesn't get all of that volume.
Yeah.
Like it was literally the best possible run out for CMC owners, like absolutely. And the worst possible run out for the Niners as a team, like in my opinion. But they still won like a lot of games. Like shout out to Mike Shanahan there. Like just absolutely destroyed it last year.
Yeah, I don't know. CMC is always one that I never seem to get right. It's like I'll be like, oh, I'm in, oh, I'm out, oh,
Yeah.
I was soft fading him last year, so yeah, same thing. I had like
that's where I was at, soft fading him.
Yeah.
Who do you think the Ravens end up signing or trading for?
I don't know.
Like I'm just waiting for them to like. Mike Evans would fit them perfectly. Like AJ Brown would absolutely be awesome there, and like Denzel Boston, like if they wanted to take a guy like that would make sense. I don't know if like they would want to do that at where they're drafting in the draft, but if the other 3 go early, like some people think, like I could see it kind of thing.
Yeah, Conception and give him 2 Zay Flowers. I don't know.
Tuesday.
I'm not sure. I'm not sure what they would do exactly. It's there is now some more interesting stuff. I mean, with Evans and I still don't know how if Tyreek. I mean, like we talked about, we got Dobbs, we got Pierce. I mean, there's so many guys. There's Jennings. I mean, there's.
And like Jennings would be awesome.
That.
Actually, I hadn't thought of that either.
I was like, I didn't think of that until I just said it because I was just listing some of the guys. So I'm like, that could be fun.
Right, like
that might fit.
It would actually fit very, very well, honestly.
Yeah.
Like they're gonna miss another guy because of Likely as well. That's a pass catcher. So they have multiple pass catching roles that are open. They have the second wide receiver since Bateman failed pretty miserably last year. And their offense is going to be way different. I think they're going to turn into a 3 wide receiver set team because of Doyle.
Mm-hmm.
So like they need wide receivers. So even if they traded for AJ Brown, I think they add a 3rd.
I mean, we'll have to see. It would depend on what they would trade AJ Brown for. Like I don't think they're getting a first even if they ask for it. But so we'll see. We'll see. I mean, yeah.
We got a question for you. What's your favorite current click at ADP?
Oh,
and favorite Arizona fade. Like we discussed the Arizona fade or like the wide receivers.
I haven't really been fading them, even though I am still probably lighter on Wilson at the moment, just because I don't know what's going on. I want to still believe a little bit in Marv, if we get a better quarterback situation. ADP, there's a lot of players I feel like are good ADP. I was talking, I'll bring up one. I thought, I think Pierce is one that might be a really good click with the guys leaving, and he's just kind of in a dead zone. I think he's somebody that I would say his ADP is way too low.
I want to shout out the 4-hole here real quick. Jamar Chase, Rashee Rice at 21, Jacobs, Zay Flowers passes on Lamar. I just want to shout that out. I'm not sure if you're listening. Like I don't want all my Flowers teams to have Lamar, but it's actually kind of hard to get.
It is.
So I personally would click that every time. Because Zay generally goes over here. And most of the Zay teams I see are when somebody pulls them up over here. Like the Zay Lamar. They just pull them up over here. I did that earlier today, actually. Like, just because you can't get it. Like, it's so hard to get. Like I just wanted to shout
I got the triple in the little board. I got a Derrick Henry, Zay.
Oh,
Lamar
really?
Team.
That's fun.
Not the big board, the little board.
That's a lot of fun.
There's a little bit more crazy things going on there. So I'm going to make probably these last two picks with you, and then I got to head out because unfortunately I bring work home with me sometimes.
So what do you think about? I haven't even asked, but what do you think about what I've done?
Yeah, I think it's fun.
Stack, the divisional correlation here.
Yeah. Yeah, I like doing the divisional correlations when we don't know the Week 17 matchups yet.
Yeah.
I mean, that's going to give you a good shot
Jaden Tyson to fall
to try to get that. Yeah, I mean, if you get the rookie falls, I mean, I don't know this room, if you get people watching the show. Oh, okay.
All right. I mean, so I was earlier in my Discord talking about how I just can't get Jaylen Warren. Every time I'm ready to click him, either a major fall happens or he goes the pick right before me, and both happened. And like it's just one of those things that, like, for whatever reason, I mean,
see, he's always there. I feel like I'm always like having to pass it because I'm like, I don't want to keep clicking him. Like, I think he's an okay pick, but it's funny how it's like then you hyper focus on a player, and it does always feel that way. Like
Jaylen Warren.
Certain players, yeah, I like he's always there for me.
Yeah,
but I always have those players though that like other people get fine, no problem, but I try to make a point of taking, and then
I have a pretty hard time taking Parker Washington as well.
I mean, I Pierce, or even I'm like, hey, do double. I'm like, is it crazy to do the double tight end?
No, I was actually very much considering the Warren, because Warren's another player I don't have a lot of, and he never really falls to this round.
No, that's why I was like, he was definitely looking pretty enticing.
Yeah. So one of my hot takes is sorry, I'll let you go. But I like Tucker Kraft at the third tight end, basically ahead of Loveland. Like,
okay,
that's kind of where I'm at, but. Like, I'm never going to draft it that way. I'm just going to draft 20% and call it good,
Yeah, you don't have to. Yeah.
Right. Yeah. I'm just going to get 20% and call it good. And then when I'm wrong and he misses 7 weeks because he gets a setback, I'll just eat it, I guess. like at that point, like if he missed 5 weeks, I like his ADP where it's at, actually. So I'm still okay with it. I'm not happy about it, but I'm okay with it.
Yeah. I mean, hopefully he's healthy. I mean, Kraft has shown he's a beast when he is in that offense. And I think they're pretty underpriced, a lot of them this year. So
yeah, absolutely.
They're good picks. Well, thank you for having me, and thanks, guys.
Yep. Thank you for coming on.
See you in the streets.
Yep. Peace. Have a great night.
Oh, you can finish your sentence. I don't want to cut you off.
I think I was just kind of like out of it for a second. Like, I ramble, so don't worry about it. it's all good. But
all right. Well, everybody have a good night. Bye.
All right. We're gonna get some background music on now that I'm by myself. And sorry for chat overall. I haven't really paid that much attention to chat. I've been trying to like pop in and out with it. I have a hard time whenever like I like to focus on my guest when I have a guest. You guys know that. Hopefully it doesn't upset people. Well, we got Updog in here who I will be live with later tonight. We're doing I don't know anything about baseball. And we're gonna do some baseball, some dingers. That's gonna be 8 p.m. Central. It's probably gonna be a contest where we mostly talk about like a stream where we mostly talk about structure and some other things like that. I would love to get him to fall all the way back. Like I haven't clicked him like at all. I would love to get him at that discount. Ramby on who? Ramble on. Ramble on. I can't even read anymore. Look at me. All right. We're going to get... Is this our first share of Michael Wilson? Yeah, I like this team. Right now, we're through 8. We got Jahmyr Gibbs, Brock Bowers, Bucky Irving. Wide receivers, J-Mo, Christian Watson, Jordan Tyson, Alec Pierce, Michael Wilson fall to 94. Hopefully we get Jared Goff here. It looks like we will. Luke Dog ain't gonna do me dirty. So we're gonna take Jared Goff here for the double. This team's kind of coming together pretty well. I like it quite a bit. Reading is fundamental. It's gonna be a humdinger tonight. Absolutely. I personally think that the thumbnail I have is pretty funny for it. But that's because I got a stupid sense of humor. So let me know whenever, if you guys follow baseball at all, you probably won't learn anything, but it will be, like, I don't have any player takes for baseball. I have one or two. There's a couple things I would like to do with those teams. We will see if it works out. Updog, by the way, finished, I believe it was 4th last year in the Dinger. So they actually know what they're doing. That would make one of us. Nah, fam. I ain't reading nothing. I ain't gonna read nothing. So because of that, we're going to go, like, after this draft, I will be done. That way it gives me an hour and a half to relax before the next stream. I don't try to do multiple in a day very often. Like, I guess if you oversaturate, like, every day, it's bad for the algorithm. But, like, I am going to start putting out like a video or something on a day or two that I'm streaming, because I don't think that affects it as much. This Friday, I haven't decided yet if I'm going to show, like, if I'm going to put out my Emmett Johnson or my Carnell Tate video. I think both of them are pretty good. The people who've watched the Emmett Johnson one absolutely love it. I did get the notification thing fixed, so hopefully that works. George Kittle, like, the news is semi-positive on him now. I might have to start clicking him a little more. I pretty much wasn't clicking him at all. But yeah, I love this team. We're set up to get sniped on Emmett Johnson. I don't know how much Luke Dog likes Emmett. If I want him, I could take him here at 118, assuming he makes it. Like, that is what is going to happen. And then quarterback kind of dies out, right? So that's what I would do. I would take Emmett Johnson and then back around the corner. I've taken Bowers 4 or 5 times, and I've not got a single share with Mendoza. So we're just gonna pull him up the board, pretty sure, as long as nobody wants to snipe me. So So running back 3, Emmett Johnson, feels good. Quarterback 2, if we could get Mendoza, will feel awesome. So, yeah, I like Mendoza a lot. Like, he is very, very good at timing, and that could be really good for Jack Bech. It's going to be awesome for Brock Bowers. But, like, Jack Bech kind of plays that style a little bit more, where the timing stuff, because he's not fast enough to really separate, but he can get his foot in the ground and create, like, a small window of separation. And Mendoza, like, whenever that's what you do, the timing quarterbacks are better for you. So, do I think that Jack Bech is going to be awesome? No. Do I think he's going to be better with Mendoza? Absolutely. Absolutely, I do believe that. But yeah, so as far as the underdog stuff goes, tomorrow I will be live with Steve. Not that won't be an underdog show, but at 2 p.m. Central, 3 p.m. Eastern, we're going to go over wide receiver 2s and their effects on wide receiver 1s. We're going to focus on the guy like the Rams, the Bengals, the Cowboys, and the Lions at first, since they have 2 really high drafted players. And then we're going to look at it a little bit more in depth on like the later ones as well. And like, I'm sure we'll get into things that aren't just receiver stats during that conversation, but we're going to do that. We're going to try to find a topic every week that's interesting. It's going to be probably a show that's a little under an hour every week. But then also at 4 p.m. my normal time, I will have Lawsimo on for Who's Crew. I think that's volume 4, right? We had Coolers, we had Coolers, then we had Lutz, then we had Peppertoni, and yeah, but yeah, we I feel like I'm missing one. I don't know. Like for whatever reason, like I got tired earlier today and my mind's not working like super well. I'll probably actually take a nap before the night stream. So what do we like that's still here? I love Britton Strange. I think he's kind of underpriced. And because I think he's super underpriced, I don't get to a lot of Goddard. So the Goddard click is something I would do here. The running backs here, I definitely want to get one running back and a tight end, I think. If I get a tight end, I'm good being done. But man, Shaheed feels like actually Shaheed's the pick I want here. I do believe it's pretty reasonable that he goes to the Raiders. So Quick Star here, 44, agrees that Shaheed is a really good price. Also, I think that I didn't shout out the people that are drafted with us. We got Luke Dog at the 102. We have Mufasa at the 105. We have Quick Star at the 106. We have Legion Paul over there at the 108. Alex at the 9. And Danny here at the 112. They were also in the war room, so I'm pretty positive that they are here. We're gonna take Goddard for ADP reasons. I personally prefer Britton Strange there, but we'll go ahead and do that. The massive fall does matter. Like, I will absolutely take either him or Daniel Jones here. It doesn't matter. I would prefer Cam Ward, but we would also take Luke Dogg's not going to take Cam Ward. He's not going to take a 4th. I like the JSN Bauer start and then adding Darnold, Mendoza, Shaheed. Yeah, I've not gotten that because every time I get like Mendoza goes before ADP every time I take Bowers. That's why I pulled him up. I've tried to push him back around every time. it's never once worked. The Genty drafter just takes them every single draft is what happens. So, but yeah, Goff, Mendoza plus Cam Ward feels like a really good place to be. We're at a 3-5-2 right now. Jahmyr Gibbs, Bucky Irving, Emmett Johnson. Like, I know most people may feel like that's pretty thin. I love Emmett Johnson, so I feel like this is elite. Wide receivers, J-Mo, Christian Watson, Jordan Tyson at a 12-pick discount, Alec Pierce, and then Michael Wilson at a 20-pick discount. I kind of think Michael Wilson should be going closer to like 85, 86, so I'm fine with this. And then Brock Bowers, Dallas Goedert. This team feels good. I like this team quite a bit. But how have you been, Omega King? This team is sex, says Updog. Yeah, I like this a lot. Like, getting a little bit of value twice is awesome. And I've also got backstacks I can do here with Cam Ward. I generally, I don't force a third tight end on Bowers builds, but if Gunnar Helm is there at ADP, I will take him as a third tight end on this. I really like Gunnar Helm as a pick. I haven't been getting to him enough because of the way I've been building lately. And I think this team could easily be a 3-6-5-3. I definitely need probably 2 RBs here though. Came here for all you got to do is rewind, man. Just rewind. You'll see it. This song was done. I gave an idea to Jamie, and he made this. I don't know how to make it, but I gave him something to mesh up, and this is what this is. He absolutely killed it once again. You're doing good. Yeah, I appreciate all the, if it doesn't work, it doesn't work. It's all good. I just appreciate that you find me whenever you can. Yeah, so Steph literally just left, by the way, Schneid. Yeah, I'd been missing you. I'd been wondering where you were because I'd seen you in some drafts. I just hadn't seen you around, but I get it. We're all adults. We all have things going on. I'm not mad. Everybody ignore the Omar Cooper Jr. ranking. Everyone ignore. I don't want Omar Cooper. I hate Omar Cooper. Omar Cooper's a bad pick. You don't want Omar Cooper. Hey, what's up, Angus? How we doing? I appreciate you. I think you're newer to the channel. Let me know. Maybe it's hard. I'm decent at remembering who's new, who's not new. But I think you're a newer subscriber. I appreciate all of the subscribers. So, but thank you for the kind words either way. I kind of want to take Pat Bryant, but I need one. We're gonna go with Jonathan Brooks here, and we'll take Sean Tucker if he comes back around. I have an absolute bag of Braylon Allen. I'm not that upset at him. I will still take him here if Sean Tucker goes. So looks like we're pushing. I mean, do I want to do that? We're going to take Pat Bryant. We're just going to do the thing. We're going to take the ADP value again. I'm not super worried about stacking my third quarterback. I also Jordan Tyson is a pretty reasonable target for them as well. I have the double stack for Goff, and I have the Bauer stack for Mendoza. So I feel fine. Came over for Blunt's channel and loved the collab. Oh yeah, that was a lot of fun. Like, I have a lot of fun with all of my guests, but I'm assuming that Nice and Blunt's going to put out, I think he said either today or tomorrow, he was going to release one. Me and him did a collab for his channel that we pre-recorded. It was a war room. The team was pretty awesome. Like, I was pretty happy with it. I do most of my drafts on stream on Underdog. That one was off stream, and it went really well. Things kind of lined up well for us, so that felt good. Last year was the year of the unstacked quarterback, and like, I think a skinny stack is fine, right? Like, I know that Brock Purdy got there naked, but I mean, the BBM winner did stack him. It's just that the player was hurt. And by the way, those of you who aren't subbed to Off the Schneid, go sub to Off the Schneid. Also to Best Ball on Call. I'm looking through for other people to shout out right now. Nice and Blunt, as we were about. Hartman hasn't been streaming lately. I know that they plan on starting back up at some point in the off season. So those are all people who have channels that you could sub to. We have I try to get a lot of people on. Like to shout out everybody in here with the channel. So Off the Schneid, you say, yeah, I really like this song. Like, this is like the perfect background music to me. Yeah, Best Ball on Call did a stream. I think he's done 2 or 3 over the last week or so. He has a hard time streaming, or he works a lot of overtime, so he just kind of fits them in whenever he can. Super chill Phil on his. Like, I mean, if DK makes it to me, I'm going to ignore running back a little longer. And we're just going to attack 7 running backs and ignore the third tight end. I feel pretty comfortable with that group, honestly. And if he doesn't make it, we'll take Tank Bigsby. So we end up getting the fall on Chimere DK there at 190. That feels pretty good. As a Chiefs fan, of Tyreek goes home to Kansas City, how long before Rice and him break the law? They're already planning a heist right now. That's what's going on. Like, you guys don't see it, but they're definitely planning a heist. I mean, it's kind of wild. I don't know. Like, they definitely have a getaway driver if they do a heist, you know. And they have a guy who's pretty fast to get away from the cops with the money. Yeah, exactly. Like, they got the guy to get the money to the car, and they got the driver. So yeah. Like, it's all set up. All they need is a mastermind. That's all they need. They just need the mastermind. They got the other 2 parts. But yeah, exactly. Like, if they're going to break the law together, it would absolutely be a heist. Yeah, we got Emmanuel Wilson. I didn't take him very much at first, but I came to like the click. I think that it's a really solid click. It's just, I do question his ability to be a mastermind. They leave the loot on the expressway, but they avoid the charges. Yeah, and they're definitely seen fleeing from the crime. They're absolutely seen fleeing from the crime. That happens. I mean, I'm not going to be opposed to doing that and being done. Like I didn't even. This is the first draft in a long time that I just haven't even considered Omar Cooper. Everything's went perfectly to like building this team out the way I want. Even if Io Manor doesn't make it, I don't care. I've been pretty out on Brashard Smith. I do. Okay, I was gonna say this is a team I think I could take him. If he made it. The Najee click makes some sense here. I think I'm going to take 2 more running backs, though. But, like, if Io Manor makes it, we take Io Manor. Like, absolutely. Yeah, like, I was acting like I didn't care that much, but I really did. Because I'm loving this team. Like, I really, really like this team. So what could I do to screw this team up? What do I do to screw this team up at this point? I mean, I'm assuming Helm is there. Oh, he's actually not. I wouldn't have taken Helm if he was there. I think I need the 7 running backs here. I'm fine with both of these players. I've not taken Caleb Johnson yet. Yeah, we'll take the Najee pick, and we'll look at running back a little later. All right, back to chat. I don't think so. I think they turned their act around. Maybe even start a support group. Absolutely. Yeah, yep. I mean, what? Yeah, like, what do you lose here? What do you lose with this Najee pick? Other than dignity. Like, you do lose a little dignity taking Najee Harris. But, like, the sight on Najee Harris is clear here. Like, all he's got to do is play, and it's worth it. Like, George Halani's a player I don't absolutely hate. Giddens is a player I don't hate. I could take another share of Adam Randall. I kind of want some, like, rookie upside here. Like, Adam Randall would make some sense. I like Seth McGowan, but, like, I don't think he really gets a chance this year. Will Shipley, never again. Khalil Mullings, blast from the past. Ollie Gordon's actually a name I need to click a little more often. I like this. Danny, is it Miala? Is there an A there? Is there not an A? I can't read that. Let me. It's just Danny Mala. Got it. I like that though. Both backups to Achan. Do you have Achan too? Yeah. So you're locked into that backfield, and then you have Henry and Stevenson, and James Conner. Doesn't feel like the worst decision. I don't. Yeah. I had 19% Shipley last year. Didn't feel good. It definitely did not feel good. Definitely did not feel good at all. All right, so what do I want? Which one do I actually want here? We're gonna go with Adam Randall here. We got a 3-7-8-2. Jared Goff double stacked for Fernando Mendoza and Cam Ward also double stacked. Running backs: Jahmyr Gibbs, Bucky Irving, Emmett Johnson, Jonathan Brooks, Emmanuel Wilson, Najee Harris, Adam Randall. You got 2 absolute studs. My favorite rookie, Emmett Johnson. And then 4 upside swings down here. Jonathan Brooks, Emmanuel Wilson, Najee Harris, and Adam Randall. Like just late picks who could give us some weeks. Wide receivers, J-Mo, Christian Watson, Jordan Tyson, Alec Pierce, Michael Wilson on a 20-pick fall. We got Tyson on a 12-pick fall. Pat Bryant on a 15-pick fall. DK at a 15-pick fall. Io Manor at a 20-pick fall. Tight end, Brock Bowers and Dallas Goddard on a 12-pick fall. I mean, if nothing else, I scooped value, and the value correlated very, very well. I'm very, very excited about this team. Now let's look at the Chats team. And after this, I will be out of here. And if you're not going to listen to the reviews, at 8 p.m. Central, so in 2 hours, I'm going to be live with Updog. Number 4 in the big board, or number 4 in the dinger last year. I don't know much about baseball, but we're going to be drafting a couple dingers. We're going to go through his process, what he does, what works, what doesn't work. He sent me a chart earlier today that's pretty awesome. I'm sure we'll get into it in the thing, but it's got a whole bunch of strength of schedule stuff with it. He explained it to me in a very minor manner. Very interesting in what he's doing with it. So I would definitely want to hear that. It's also something that like you could take that information and apply it to every type of best ball. It's not just information that's going to be specific to baseball. All right, so we got Luke Dog here, 3863, Jackson Dart, Matthew Stafford, Malik Willis. Running backs, DeAndre Swift, Bashal Tootin, Tyler Algier, Woody Marks, Kenneth Gainwell, Kamani Vidal, Damon Claiborne, and Mike Washington. Wide receivers, Puka Nakua, Malik Neighbors, Chris Olave, Luther Burden, Ryan Flournoy, Devon Vele. I like stopping at 4 there. You got your 4 absolute, or 6. You got your 4 absolute studs, and then 2 guys who should definitely have roles next year. I know there are some people worried about Vele. I might have added the 7th. I might have went 7-7, but like I think it's fine. And then Juwan Johnson, Theo, and Terrence Ferguson. Like a minor nitpick, I might have went 7-7, but like I don't think it matters that much. Your top 4 are absolutely awesome, assuming that Neighbors is healthy. If Neighbors is healthy, I'm sure you know this team is dead. All right, we got Mr. Mufasa here. Sweetleaf says Sweetleaf was way too high on Shipley. Of Fools last year too. Yep. Looking back, you wish you did 7-7. Yeah, like I think that's an okay end to 6, but I do think looking back 7-7 makes more. And I do that all the time. Like I'm like, maybe I should have went the other way. And I actually was wondering about that whenever I was pushing because of taking the receiver value. We got Mr. Mufasa here, 3782. Caleb Williams, Sam Darnold, and Michael Penix. Running backs, Kenneth Walker, Tony Pollard, Jadarian Price, Alvin Kamara, Brian Robinson, Ray Davis, and Chris Rodriguez. I can't make the Chris Rodriguez pick, but I do like it and I do respect it. Wide receivers, JSN, Drake London, Adunze, Addison, Denzel Boston. Denzel Boston's been falling everywhere. This room, it makes a lot of sense that he fell because all the receivers fell. Josh Downs, Darnell Mooney, and Malachi Fields. I like the structure of this room a lot. You got the Rome stack, you got the London stack, you got the JSN stack. Feels good. And then you have them all double stacked with Loveland Barner. Feels really good, doesn't it? Like that feels like a very strong, like I know we just done it, but it definitely feels like a strong room. I'm not sure if Quicksta is watching. They haven't said anything, but I'm going to go ahead and review it because I've seen him in a bunch of my drafts recently. 3.593. Lamar Jackson, Trevor Lawrence, Shedeur Sanders. Running back, Jonathan Taylor, Jeremiah Love, Breece Hall, No Fear, Tyrone Tracy, Keaton Mitchell. Yeah, I think stopping at 5 there makes sense. Terry McLaurin, DK Metcalf, I think he's a rise candidate. DJ Moore, Rashid Shaheed, also a rise candidate. Calvin Ridley, Troy Franklin, Malik Washington, Bateman, and Bond. Yeah, I think going the extra receivers there made sense. Tight end, Gadsden, Ferg, and Andrews. So your stacks, you have the Andrews stack, you have Keaton Mitchell stacked, and you have Bateman stacked. Trevor Lawrence is stacked up with Theo. Naked Trevor. I mean, Naked Trevor's fine. He had a couple 2-touchdown rushing games last year, and then the Isaiah Bond, Shedeur Sanders late stack. Actually, I like it. Like, I hate that I like it, honestly. We got Paul here. Your first Washington click this year. Which Washington did you take? Oh, you mean Washington as a team? You mean that's the first time you've taken a Washington player all year? That's crazy. Paul's got a 3.593 here. Jaden Daniels, Jordan Love, Kirk Cousins. Running backs, CMC, Saquon Barkley, Cam Scatterbo, Rico Dowdle, Jonah Coleman. Absolutely enough to stop at 5. That would be an awesome RB room for like the BBM season. I will absolutely do that, sir. Thank you to the channel. I hope you enjoy. By the way, if you're new and you do enjoy, if you could hit the sub, that would help out tremendously. We have a goal of 500 subs by the draft. We get a 12-hour live stream after the draft when the puppies launch. Wide receivers: T. Higgins, Mike Evans, Quentin Johnston, Jacoby Myers, Romeo Dobbs, Jalen McMillan, Kayshon Boutte, Omar, my boy Cooper, Savion Williams, I think is a fine pick as well. So you have the Jordan Love stack. You have the McLaurin stack. Yeah, I like this. Njoku, Otten, and Parkinson. Njoku's mispriced makes this feel really good. And Otten's probably mispriced when he signs as well. And I don't know where you're expecting Cousins to go, but like, I don't think it matters. It's just projected points at that point. So what team was it? KZ OLP 15. We got a 2.693 here. Josh Allen, Dak Prescott, feels strong. Chase Brown, Travion. Like, this is where I think Travion should go. More at the back end of that round. Like, I don't hate him as a player. I love him as a player. I just think his ADP at the 4-5 turn was bad. And he needs to be more late 5th to early 6th like he was last year. JCM, Katron Allen, Nicholas Singleton, Caleb Johnson. There's a lot of names I don't personally like there, but the structure of the room makes a lot of sense. You have a big upside swing there. You got a big upside swing there. Both of those are like, all of this is upside. You don't have a lot of floor. Me personally, I would have added somebody like a J.K. Dobbins or something that like an ugly kind of pick. I don't know what you had going on, but like all those guys kind of got taken on the corners and they didn't leave you with any. So I get it. It makes sense. It makes sense with the way what you did makes sense with the way that the board laid out. Wide receivers. Like, I probably, with this room specifically, I would have taken Najee Harris. Like whatever wide receiver, like where you took Brazil, I would have just taken Najee instead. Because Najee kind of gives you some, assuming he plays, just gives you some projectable volume every week to let these guys spike when they spike. Wide receiver: CeeDee Lamb, Emeka Egbuka, Ricky Pearsall, Matthew Golden, Travis Hunter, Tyreek Hill, Elijah Surratt, Keon Coleman, Chris Bozell. Just absolutely loaded here. Still taking the shot on Tyreek, assuming that, like, that's why you went with the 9 receivers to give yourself the extra shot in case he doesn't play, it looks like. And then Laporta, Kincaid, and Endries. I'm not going to select Endries, but, like, I'm sure a lot of people aren't going to select Trigg. So I'm not going to hate on your favorite late tight end pick for sure. I think it's a solid team. I do worry about, like, if Travion and JCM have solid roles and, like, they're getting touches every week, I worry that they're going to get, like, the 10 touch thing. And your floor, your number 2 running back some weeks may have like 4 points, is all. But, like, if these guys all spike it like differently on different weeks, I think this could work. We got, I have not reviewed Alex's team. We got 3-5-9-3. Justin Herbert, Daniel Jones, Tua. Running backs, James Cook, Kyron Williams, Javonte Williams, Chuba, Aaron Jones. Wide receiver, Ladd, Mekhi Lemon, Jaden Reed, Shakir, Godwin Concepcion, Tank Dell, Trey Harris, Darius Slayton. 3 tight ends with Trey McBride, but you waited till 200, so it makes sense. Mason Taylor and Pat Fry. So you have the Ladd stack. You double stacked it there with Trey Harris. You have Tua. It looks like you want him to go. I guess you don't care. And then you have Indianapolis. Not sure what you're doing. Like, you just wanted 2 more quarterbacks is all. It makes sense. Your hero is Justin Herbert. Like, this team makes sense. A lot of different things can happen to give you some stacks there with the rookies and those guys. You got the Mason Taylor. You got one guy who could end up with the Jets here. So, yeah, I think and actually, you also have 2 could end up here as well. So, you got yourself some outs to some stacks. Well, I think that's it. The 12 hole hasn't said anything, so we're not going to review. If you say something by the time I'm done talking, we will review that team. I believe you're watching, but I'm not positive. Anyway, oh, okay. I was going to say, the stream was awesome. Go back and listen to Steph. It was really, like, good stuff for sure. I was going to say, full fade of Washington. Like, I get players, but a whole team, like, full fade, that's wild. But I want to thank everybody for coming out. If you do like dingers, like baseball, or just like general best ball strategy, come back in an hour and 45 minutes. I will be here with Updog. I will see everybody later. Hope you all have a great night. Peace.
We're grinding through the torment. High volume, no management. Taming souls indecent. Grinding drafts through the abyss, no rest in our veins. Feel striking like lightning, flooding endless pains. From late season voids, he's dropping all the flames. Bestball Degens unite, shattering the chains. Old school RB stacking fury, derailing trendy trains. Who is commanding the storm etched in our brains? Who? Hey! Thunder in the names, claiming all the kills. Flames.